Today's quick look will be into the Molotow liquid chromes, which is one of those chrome pigments which shows a reflective finishes compared to anything else on the market. It caught to my attention from the Gundam community over the past few months. Now, I bought mine for about $17 off eBay, which isn't a very good price at the moment. It's fairly expensive for what it is, only for 4mm pens, but you paid for what you get. This is the standard size that it usually comes in, much like those paint markers you usually see from those Gundam markers series. You're just getting a small tack of masking tape and shaking up all the pigments that's inside. Now, I didn't realize how thin this pigment was until I actually used it, so I pretty much shaked it for no reason other than just to get the pigment down. Tested if the pigment has gone through by spreading it on the masking tape. Now we're going to do some test painting for now. We're going to start using one of those headlights from the Porsche 964 kit from Fujimi. Now just trying to get in that cavity of the headlight because it's just such a tight space just to get through the 4mm pen. Now I will say it had gone through all the surfaces, but it did take some time just to get all the areas covered with this liquid chrome. The finish would have been much more better if I used it through the airbrush, but because there's only 4mm of liquid and having to pay $40 for the 40mm refill wouldn't be much worth it just to get some reflective finished chrome. I will admit, it still looks good, but not as good as it should have been. And yet in person you can still see so much of a reflection. And the curing time for this would last about weeks or so I wouldn't be touching this stuff if I were you. I can see why this is favoured by the Gunpla community, mostly because of the reflective finish that it shows, giving them the opportunity to make candy finishes with their Gundam model kits. I digress because I won't be using this frequently as much as I thought I would, but I'll only be using this just to show off the finish and probably just for little bits of details where it needs to be there. So that concludes our Molotow liquid chrome demonstration for today. And I hope to see you guys next time.